Alright, this is a real quick video on how to play Stadium, so let's get started. Alright, so Stadium is a game where you place your vice presidents on a main board, and this is the vice president right here. You place them on the main board on one of these spaces. Now they have to go on one of the colored spaces, so that colored space will give you a bonus if there's a bonus token there. Alright, and then once all the vice presidents are placed, then you take the bonus tokens off of the places where the vice presidents are and put them on places where they are not. And if there's already a bonus token there, you turn it over to a double bonus. If there's already a double bonus there, you put another double bonus on top of it, and that is a stacked bonus. That means there's going to be a loss at the end of the turn. And okay, so you start at the top left and remove the vice presidents as you go. You take them off of the board and you resolve each action as you go. So each player gets the action where they've placed their vice presidents, and then you pass the commissioner token. The next player becomes the first player, and you continue on that way until someone has placed all their blocks on the stadium board. And once everyone's placed all their blocks on the stadium board, then the game's over. So here's some of the actions that will happen when you remove or when you place your vice presidents on the board. Okay, the first one is that you buy equipment. So you're getting helmets and you're getting pads and you're getting blocking sleds and stuff like that. Buying equipment for the team to make them a better team. The next thing is you can trade equipment for win tokens. Now, win tokens determine how you do in the regular season, how you do in the playoffs, how you do in the championship and the bowl game. The next space is where you hire staff. Now, during the bonus phase, you might have gained cards for hiring staff. And so if you have cards in your possession, then you can hire those cards. So yeah, during the bonus phase you gain the cards, and they're not staff that are not hired, and then you can hire them as you go. The next thing is the playbook. This is where you strategize for the games, and if you have enough wins, you go to the playbook and you place tokens on the field where the regular season and the playoffs and the bowl games and things like that happen. Now, if you've got great equipment that you've purchased before, then you can get more points on the field. Also, you can buy building materials, apply for permits and stuff like that. That's what happens in this space right here. So in the building space, you either gain those permits or gain those materials, or you take a block and you actually build that thing. So you do one or the other. You either buy building materials or you gain the building structure that you've built. You can build things like skyboxes, concessions, and build up your stadium, in other words. Advanced training facilities, make a halftime show. Those are some of the things that you build. Okay, another place that you can go is ticket sales. So ticket sales are really based on how well your team's doing. So if you've got a lot of wins, you're going to sell more tickets. And so that's the reason for ticket sales. The next space is draft and trade. Now this is where player cards have been placed on the table. This is the draft area, and so these are all-star players. You already have a team, but these are all-star players that bring you lots of money, bring you lots of entertainment, and you gain money and entertainment tokens by having great players. Those players also require a salary that you have to pay each season. So be aware of that. You can also trade. Trade means that you can take a player you already have and you can trade it for someone in the draft pool, and you can do that without paying their signing bonus. There's a little signing bonus up in the corner, and that's you pay that signing bonus when you draft a player. But when you trade, you don't have to pay that signing bonus. You just trade for another player. You can also trade for victory points, or you can trade for money. So those things are in the trading area as well. Okay, sponsorship sales, that just means you're selling advertising within the stadium, and you just gain money for doing that. So you have your vice president go out and he makes a deal with some big manufacturer or some company, and you gain millions of dollars for doing that. Merchandising, of course, you sell your logo gear. You not only gain money for that, but you also get entertainment tokens. Now, entertainment tokens are the one thing that can be converted directly directly into victory points at the end of the game. It's 3 entertainment tokens for a victory point. Okay, and then after you do this, after everybody's resolved their vice president's actions, then you go to game time. Game time means this is where you make money, and this is where you gain wins, and this is where you gain entertainment tokens based on the players that you have and based on the things that you have built. After game time, then you have to pay salaries. So you have to pay for your vice presidents. And by the way, you can hire vice presidents in the hiring area. That's one of the options. But you have to pay for your vice presidents, and you have to pay for your players' salaries. Now, and if you can't pay for them, they walk. You also pay for some employees too. So if you can't pay for them, they go away. And including your vice presidents, if you can't pay their salaries, they take a turn and go on vacation. But anyway, they'll come back. But you have to pay everyone's salaries at this point. And then if there's a double stacked bonus token, then you have a loss. For example, if it's stacked on the equipment space, then a piece of equipment breaks down and you lose that equipment. Or if you have it on like the draft space, then you have a player injury. Let's cover really fast what the bonus spaces mean. There are several types of bonus spaces. One of them is a money space. That just means you gain $1 million. One of them would be an equipment space. That means you gain a piece of equipment. And you can only gain that bonus, remember, if there's a bonus token on that space. If there's no bonus token on the space, you gain no bonus. You can still do the action later on, but you just don't get a bonus. Some bonus spaces have a card on it. That means you place 1 player card in the draft area, and you gain 1 employee card for your own hiring later on, and you keep that with you. Some bonus spaces have a star on them. If there's a star on a bonus space, that means you activate an employee. Now, if there's a double bonus token on a space, that means you get twice as much. That means if you put it on a million space, you get $2 million. If you put it on a card space, you draw 2 cards and put 2 players in the draft. If you put it on a star space, you can activate 2 employees instead of 1. So, anyway. And that is how you play Stadium. Thanks for watching. See ya.